Okay, so today is the 16th of January, and I just went to a book place because my friend gifted me a book, and I exchanged the book for another book, and the book that I got is uh, this book. It's the Robert Greene 365 daily laws. I think 366, so it's something that you can read every day of the year and have something to reflect about. So today I decided, like after coming back after eating lunch, that I would read the today's date and read what it says. And today what it was saying was that there are no superior callings. And I actually love Robert Greene's books. I have even read the 48 Laws of Power, and I really liked it in many areas. Some areas I didn't quite understand, and some areas I did disagree with. But on ultimately, the book was very nice. This book also is very interesting because it's something small that I can read every day just as a reminder. And today, since I had time, I decided to reflect on it a bit. So, the title is There Are No Superior Callings, and it says that you do not have to be a certain thing. Like, you don't have to be successful, you don't have to be rich, you do not have to be an entrepreneur or be this or be that. And I think all of us know this, but like in our heads, all of us are like, yeah, of course, you can be whatever you want. But it's the reminder that you need to stop chasing something all the time. It's good to chase, but you have to think about what you are chasing. You do not need to chase something, or you have to also analyze why are you chasing something. So the whole purpose is that you must, if I were to quote directly, it's you gotta advance with a sense of purpose. So anything in life you need to chase, fine, but you need to go with the intent of being purposeful, that you actually have a goal in mind, and it's a meaningful goal. It's something that is purposeful, or will fulfill something in yourself, and it's just not about materialistic or fame, or like money, that kind of stuff. And I found it very interesting because I sometimes feel that I have to be like famous or rich or successful, and sometimes it's good to like be reminded that you do not have to be that, and that is all superficial, because the real thing is being yourself, but also chasing purpose, not chasing money, and something that will fulfill you. Because at the end of the day, even if you do have a lot of money but you do not feel like you're doing anything, then it will feel like shit. But I think if you are fulfilled in your heart, then that brings you more joy and happiness than I think money could ever buy. I think that's where the line, maybe money cannot buy happiness, but money can buy a lot of happiness. But I think if you're truly committed to your purpose, and then you incorporate like a business aspect to it, and then you scale it up, and then I think it's possible for you to make money. But I have never done it, but I'm just thinking about it. Um, yeah, and it also says that you must have an energy around you or within you. It's just that you have like the constant drive to improve and learn from your experiences. And I think that struck with me as well, because the whole purpose of why I even started this is so that I improve myself. I learn from this year. This year is not just going to be another year. I don't want it to be another year. I really am fed up of just like living the year, and I'm impatient myself, but I can't just live my life knowing that I'm not fulfilling something, or that I'm not like working hard to something, because I don't like being lazy, but many of the times I catch myself being extremely lazy. And yeah, but I want to be this kind of person who is not only disciplined in a few areas. I want to be disciplined as an individual itself. So if you see me and you're like, Edrish is a very disciplined person, right? I want that to be said, but I don't want a line said that goes like, oh, Edrish is a very disciplined person when it comes to cooking and exercise. I want it to be like everything: cooking, eating, cooking, exercise, studies, with relationships, with I don't know, with relationship. What else is there? With like his whole life is disciplined, everything. So, and he's a very principled type person. That's the type of person I want to become. And obviously, it's a journey. I can't just launch myself to that, because if it was that easy, then everyone would be that. So it's gonna take a lot, but I do have to commend myself for at least putting in the effort. And this book actually gave me a brilliant idea, because it's something that I can reflect on every day. For just like, I'll write down for like 5 minutes whatever I think of the line, my thoughts, because this book offers like a paragraph, and it says certain things, and I read it, I understand it, and then I can like share my message. And this will also keep me disciplined, like something that I have every day to talk about. And and then we'll see. This is just the first month. We're just crossed halfway of the month, but I started this pretty late, so I don't expect myself to come up with like ingenious ideas, but I do expect myself, the bare minimum is to stay committed to this. And I think long enough, if I do, it will seriously benefit me down the line. And even if I do not gain popularity or money from this, I will still learn a shit ton of knowledge and experience, because the very fact that this is being recorded and shown online will put me under the pressure of, hey, I need to stick to certain stuff, or I need to read this every day, because this is the identity that I'm showing people. And I'm the type of person, if I show something to the person, like, I have to follow through. I can't just be like, nah, it's okay, like two different people. I do not like that. And it puts some sort of accountability on your face, and it says you got to improve. And that's what I plan to do. Right now I will just read a couple more rules, and if there is something else that I find interesting, I will upload it now itself. Like I'll edit the video and then I'll put it in. But yeah, it'll be interesting. This is a journey, and I'm happy that I'm on it. It'll be difficult to stay committed to it every day, but I'm gonna try my best. Right, so I'm back because I just read the first daily law, which was Discover Your Calling, and it was on January 1st. So I'm gonna work my way, and tomorrow I will read January 2nd as well as January 17th. So, like, to keep up, maybe 2 laws at once until I finally get to 1 law a day. But I think January is the month of calling, and that's how the book is structured. And I like that, because at the beginning of the year, you're thinking about what the hell to do, what's your mission, what's your purpose, what are the various things you should try, learn, experiment. You're planning yourself, you're planning goals. So this is the correct time. Very well structured in the first month at least. So first one is discover your calling. It's asking you to think that you are a sculptor and you are the sculpture itself, right? How are you going to sculpt yourself? But that thing also made me think that if I am my own sculptor, right, I get to decide what future or what kind of person I become, what values I bring into this world, how I look, how I dress, everything is connected to me. And it kind of struck me that if I have to do this to myself, it is not going to be comfortable. When has you, if you were doing it to someone else, like if you were sculpting another sculpture, right? If you were making another sculpture, that takes a lot of skill, sure. Like to teach someone how to do something, a lot of patience is required, a lot of skills are required, sure. It's uncomfortable, but is it as uncomfortable as teaching yourself, making yourself learn? Because changing yourself, I think, is one of the toughest things there is. It's easy to give advice to others, but knowing the advice yourself and not acting on it, that hurts most. And that is one of the things that I need to start doing from now on. And it says, I really like the line which is, mastery is a process and finding your life's task is the first process. So it tells you that this is a very, very long journey straight away. Like to master something, you need a lot of work. But the first step to the journey is to find what your calling is. And what the book basically says is to find out in your childhood what activities used to generally incline to, what things you used to like. And if I were to look back at my childhood, I was very into sports, not much into books, into science a little bit, but books mainly. And I always had the drive to learn more and more. Maybe into cars. I had like remote control cars, and yeah, I used to love playing with the cars. What else? I used to watch shows where like Chota Beam, where it was like saving somebody, strength, a lot of strength type activities I liked, or protecting someone, helping someone in need. I used to like those kind of shows. Even till to this day, I like a lot of action type movies. I mean, I feeling that's more of guys in general, but in a way that I might be different is, there were a few months where I practiced Muay Thai, which is which is a martial art basically, and it is the art of 8 limbs. So you use your fist, you use your knee, you use your elbows, and your legs as a weapon to hurt the other opponent, right? So that's what Muay Thai is all about. Boxing is just the hands, but Muay Thai is like everything. And when I was there in the Muay Thai gym, I really loved it. It felt like I could channel a different type of energy, a different type of power. I felt very weak at first, and I hated it. My legs would hurt. It would just be like pure torture. But then after that, because of the group that I was in, like how empowering it was, and to see everyone just like work through it, and it was like competitive as well, and the trainers also were like really cool. was strict but cool as well. And I just loved training hard. And that was something that really energized me. And that ever since I've come to this place, I've not dipped my hands in Muay Thai, but a little bit of boxing. And I do remember when I did boxing, I did feel a little more free, more like myself, because it's just something that I like to practice. The just the need that you can defend yourself a little bit. That you're not always a coward. That if a fight broke out and you had to fight, right? You could fight something. It's not that you can fight the best, or you're gonna like take everybody down. It's nothing like that. It's just that you want to see as a man what you are made of sometimes. Like, can you handle what the other guy is gonna throw? Can you throw something back at him? Or are you gonna hide behind a table and just pray that nothing happens to you? And if you were to be confronted and you had to fight, and the guy threw a punch at your face, a jab, a cross, a hook, anything, and at the slightest touch of the punch you fall, you crumble, what does that say about you? And once you fall and crumble, you don't get back up because you're scared, you're frightened. And that is something I hate. And I did not want to be something like that, but I always remember being very free whenever I fight. Because it feels like I don't have a lot of anger within me, but I do have a lot of energy that I love to put into punching a bag or kicking a bag. I'm not really sure why, but it's just something that I've always been drawn to. And as this book says, discover your calling. Maybe I should engage more in those type of activities so I become more free. I am able to think better, maybe. And I mean, sure, I've just started reading this book. I'm not expecting myself to like understand every single thing this book is saying. And like I said again, it's a journey. I'll figure this out. But that is all for today. And is there anything else? Wait 1 second. Yeah, and fighting is, for some reason, always made me feel powerful. Even being smart or being intelligent has that effect. But for me, there's nothing more power inducing, if that makes sense, than knowing the ability that you can throw a solid punch and slip a punch and dodge a punch. And just, that gives you a lot of confidence in yourself, in your abilities. You know yourself better. Yeah. That's it. So yeah.